Well, we are recording.
Well, I'll record you. How about that?
That's okay. That's okay.
Wait, hold on. Am I allowed to record you?
Sir, are we allowed to record you? That's the real question. We record ourselves every other week, like twice a week.
But
Hold on, I guess I never gave you my consent to record me. What's up with that?
You were part of the decision to buy the camera.
I still didn't give you permission to
yeah,
record.
but how do we know what that camera's used for? You decided to make it a podcast. He could have bought it for a whole other reason.
You provide a pretty good point. Well, let's invite everyone to meet our good friend, my good friend. I've known Tyler since 2011. This is a 2020 graduate of Ball State University. He has a bachelor's of science in meteorology and climatology. He is also the morning meteorologist for WFMJ Youngstown, Ohio. Tyler Ryan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What are you waving at me?
You coming to wave at everybody?
Just gotta show that introduction. He's gotta be a little. Hey, I'm friendly. I'm on your side.
You definitely are a super friendly guy. If I can say one thing about you, you are probably the most friendly person that I know in this world.
Well, one thing you told me back in the day, it's been a little bit, was of all my friends, I have Tyler around to bring around to my parents. He's a kid you have around to bring to your parents to show that you have good friends.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you said that because that doesn't sound like something I would say. We know that for sure, but I mean, it's definitely not wrong. It's definitely not wrong. The funny thing is,
I get to see you lying as you were saying that.
Right? So the funny thing is that that statement is completely true. If there's one friend that you want to have come meet your parents, it should be you. You're just a nice, loving guy. You always got a smile on your face. You're always cracking jokes, and you're always just out here trying to have fun. I appreciate that about you, man.
I appreciate that. Thanks. Kind words, man.
Not
about to hire you as an agent going forward.
Hey, if anybody does need an agent, I'm definitely available. No, man, we're excited to have you on the podcast. We've been wanting to have you on for a minute. I know you've been wanting to be on for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun. I'm on camera every day, just about, so it's always fun to be on something that's a little more lighter.
So, since you did just mention that, obviously you are a morning weatherman, you work in Youngstown, Ohio, you just recently got the job. How does it feel to be a weatherman and know that it's okay to do your job only half the time and people still won't yell at you?
That's a good point. It's good.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Yeah, seriously, Corbin's just like,
that was the most backhanded compliment I've ever heard. It's you do a good job, but
it's like,
hey, man, it's the trick of the trade you're in. But come on.
No, it's good. The cool part is it's something I've always wanted to do. It's not just weather's been, my passion since I was in elementary school. So be able to take what I had a dream about and actually make it into reality. It's just something that not a lot of people can say they get to do. And WFMJ is a really good station. It's a good starting market. I could definitely be in a lot lower place, but to give people out there perception of how big Youngstown is, it's equivalent to the size of Fort Wayne. I know you guys are from Detroit. That's only 2.5 hours from you guys. That's where I'm from. So for the size of of Fort Wayne, that's where I'm at right now. It's just a really good starting spot.
We had our first connection issue.
Is your internet ass?
No, we play 2K and it's always Corbin's.
God damn.
Okay. Well, you were just touching on the fact that you enjoyed working.
You talk
for your
about
company.
our internet like that.
Yeah, don't come at our internet like that. And that's the only way you can beat me is if we have bad internet. Because other than that, last time I checked, I won both of our series finals, and I have a winning record against you in Madden.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't really
this whole thing.
play. Yeah, I quit playing. He still plays, but
Tyler, you still play Madden?
Oh, I was just playing a little bit ago. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, the
No.
franchise mode's fun. The franchise mode is where it's at.
Yeah, I don't want to clown on you too much for being a bad video game sports player. So I want to jump
Hey,
back.
hey, hey! You want? No, no, no. Hold on. We're in clown. You talk about how many times I've carried your ass to a victory in Apex?
Hey, a few times. I'll give you credit.
Oh.
You out there sniping. Definitely out there in the hills sniping. Too bad that game went downhill.
I know.
So
Had potential.
you were speaking on being a weatherman, and you said that in your answer you had a love for this as a kid. Like that's when it sparked your interest. How'd that come about?
Did you watch Anchorman or like what?
I actually just watched Anchorman first time ever in like November this past year. So
Classic movie.
I don't know. I think it's overrated, but we can get into that later.
What?
Okay, keep going, keep going.
But I don't know. Just always, understanding the powerfulness of what storms can bring, and I always wanted to learn more about it. It just kept growing, and once I got into college, it really just exploded, and I was really excited to learn how things form and how the dynamics that go into making a storm or a winter storm, whatever, and all the little components that can change an outcome of something. It's just so fascinating. So I've always loved the severe weather aspect. That's always been my go-to. I've always loved tornadoes. I actually went storm chasing back in my sophomore year in the Great Plains. 16 total days out there. That was just that solidified that I was meant for weather. So
Caucasian-esque things I just
Yeah,
heard.
you threw that out real lightly, man. Throw it out
I'm
with
not
some
going.
pizzazz.
I'm not just going to throw out the the hood version of what I want to say. That's a very Caucasian words that were just said a little bit ago.
So you said you went on a 16-day storm chasing adventure, and obviously I'm your friend. I knew that, and you
yeah.
talked about it. But that was like something that really put you over the edge and made you really solidify your love for your degree and really made you want to get into what you wanted to do, right?
What makes you want to go chase a storm?
Hold on, I've been on there once. It's honestly really cool.
Yeah,
Like he was the first person to ever take me storm chasing, and I had a great time.
So what happened? What happened? What happened on this wonderful storm chase here?
So one of the coolest experiences. One, we did see a tornado that was rain wrapped, and what that means is it was in the middle of the storm. Rain was surrounding. You can't see it, but all you can see is the power flashes, so you know there's a tornado there. That was like the first day on the trip. And on top of all the sightseeing, we're in the Great Plains. We're in New Mexico. Just going to see the out west. It's a completely different aspect from here, the Midwest for sure. So added that sound was just gorgeous. And then, but one of the coolest experiences was in New Mexico. I was able to see a small storm develop into a supercell, which is where it's turning, it's rotating, it's up in the atmosphere 40, 50,000 feet, and then watch it dissipate all in front of our eyes. I mean, these storms produce 3-inch hail, 4-inch hail. And to be on the edge of that and then actually like see it in front of your eyes, it's fun. It's exciting.
That don't sound exciting to me.
Hey, but you can see the love on this man's face.
Yeah, I can tell he's
so
excited, but when he was telling me that, I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool and all. What if I just get I get a huge ass thing of hail just come right through the fucking windshield or something like that?
It could happen.
Well, here's the thing is when you're chasing, you're not chasing in front of the storm because then you have nowhere to go. You're on the backside of it. So there's not a lot of danger to it because it's going away from you and you're just following it. So
you still just
Look, you ever sat there and played Ghost of Tsushima and hunted your prey? And then next thing you know, you're assassinating everybody.
But that doesn't make me
That doesn't make me
want to just go get in my car and just start running to a fucking tornado when there's one out.
Look, I'm not gonna sit here and say I blame you, right? So I was a little iffy going into our experience, but after, dude, I had a great time with you. And like just driving through the countryside, chasing the storm, seeing some of the wreckage and seeing just how like awesome nature is and the things that nature can do. I can see why you get excited about what you do, and that's why I think it's so awesome to hear stories like when you tell me them.
Well, you remember that date? Remember that Dayton tornado, Corbin? I remember that EF4 tornado went through the north side of Dayton and like decimated some towns.
Yeah.
That was the storm that we were on.
Yeah, because you were telling me about that, and you ended up going a couple days later.
Yep. Well, no, it was actually that day when we all went. That storm that we were on ended up producing that EF4 in the north side of Dayton. So if we were on it for like an hour or 45 minutes, we would have saw the EF4 tornado. But with it being so dark, it was just way too dangerous.
It was already like 11 o'clock. We had to go home. We had things to do. We had some drinks to get into. It was some fun to have for the rest of our night.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's always cool. And one of the scariest moments on that trip was there was a lightning strike, and it was so close.
Oh, the tornado didn't get you, but the lightning strike did.
That lightning, I felt the heat of it, bro. It was hot.
Hey, I've been close to some lightning. That stuff gets really hot, for sure. I mean, it is just like fire and whatnot coming down, isn't it?
Well, it's like a couple thousand times hotter than the sun, surface of the sun.
Yeah, that's so wild to even think about when you really get into it.
No, I'm not about that. I don't. I'm not about that. Anything I couldn't contribute to that conversation because I would not be going.
That was
on
just
this
me and my friend
storm
talking.
Like if we all went on vacation or something like that, right? And y'all just started going storm chasing, I'd be sitting at home like watching TV. I'd be watching the storm on the TV.
You'd be watching me on TV someday.
We want to watch you on the TV for sure, hands down. But let's move past some of this fun formality talking. Let's get into the real deal thing that we got you here for, and obviously that is sports. We know you're a huge sports fan. We want to give you this little bit of time to just let us know who you're repping, let us know the sports that you enjoy doing, and just let us to get to know you as a fan.
Yeah, so favorite NFL team, of course, is the Saints. Hands down. Grew up watching Drew Brees play in college at Purdue. Been a Boilermaker since I was a baby. And then finding out this is gonna be his last year, it was heartbreaking. But team's looking good. I think we'll get Alvin Kamara back and Michael Thomas. They're looking a little bit better and better to come back against the Bears. I don't trust that Bears offense one bit, so I'm feeling confident going in. I don't think that.
We'll get into more of the games later for sure. We'll touch on them all. Hands down. And then, obviously, I'd hope the Saints beat the Bears.
Yeah, and then if I have to represent, got to represent the Pacers, of course. It's a hometown team. The reason why I'm not a Colts fan is because I never like Peyton Manning. I think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time, and listening to how great Peyton Manning was just kept grinding my gears.
Because I don't think Peyton Manning is that great. I think he's not overrated, but he's overhyped.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's overhyped. He's not that good.
They just don't put anyone in the Hall of Fame.
Look, I beg to differ. Terry Bradshaw's in the Hall of Fame.
No, you just have some type of personal vendetta against Terry Bradshaw and the extinction of old people, just in general. So I don't want to hear that.
Okay. I know you're a huge football fan, but I know baseball is your real deal, thing that you love.
Yep. Reds fan. Disappointing season last year. We went out and spent a lot of money, and we ended up having a Cy Young winner, and still couldn't do anything. So that was unfortunate. We did nothing against the Braves. We had no offense. So that was tough. But yeah, no, Reds. I know a tradition of being you is usually over the summer we'll hang out for 4 to 5 days, and we always try to make it to some sort of baseball game. And if I go up to Detroit, go to a Tigers game, you come down.
So what he was saying.
You on that Dollar Tree.
Hey man, it takes two to tank.
At least go to Five Below. Jeez, spend an extra couple bucks for it.
That Dollar Tree Wi-Fi. Oh no.
Hey, I didn't purchase the Wi-Fi. I just pay for it.
You talk about waste of money.
I didn't hear nobody else looking for no damn internet.
Okay, we didn't even know to turn our power on the first day. We were so behind. That's okay though. Hey, look.
I didn't hear tell of anyone else trying to help me out with some internet.
Marion's been babied his whole life. Have everyone else do it, and then he doesn't know what he's doing when he moves in.
First off, I think I'm doing the better out of some individuals around over here.
Oh, that's true.
So I mean,
wait, we are making do. We're making do, okay?
Oh, now he ain't got nothing to say.
Now he's had some confidence after that haircut he got last time. That was rough.
Somebody's still paying for bad haircuts. I haven't paid for a bad haircut in a god awful long time.
Yeah, Corbin's all that cheap stuff. He's that dark alley. You got scissors? Shoot, how much you want for a haircut?
You got some tweezers? Pluck out these couple hairs on the side for me.
I can't take this no more. I'm getting it. Let's move into this.
You can't handle the truth.
Let's start moving into our NFL talk. Obviously, we just had the finale of the season last night with Washington and Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts didn't play that good, so I just got to throw it out there that I still believe he's not good. What is your opinion on this?
So here's my opinion: is I think there's good quarterbacks out there, and this has happened in the past to where they're on, the team that they were drafted by, and they performed well, but then it just doesn't go well. They're still a great quarterback. It's just the chemistry's there, the mentally you're physically there, but not mentally. And I think that's where Carson Wentz is. So he just needs a new scenery. I think if he gets a new scenery, you'll see a re-energized Wentz. I think you'll have the back to 2016 years, 2016, 17 years.
The only way I see that happening is if he goes to the Colts. Other than that, if he goes to any other team,
that's what they're saying
to go to.
I think it's a great team to go to. They're in a win now situation. However, I think he can go. I think he can go to just even a below average team, just I don't know, even a Raiders or something like that. Even though Carr actually had a good season.
I think he would do decent if he was with the Bears. I think so.
I think that's well. Here's the problem with that is the Bears' offensive line is just as bad as the Eagles. He needs to go to a team where there's an offensive line, so he has his time and he's able to focus. He just needs to refocus, and he's not going to do that with the Eagles. So I think Jalen Hurts could be their answer. I said could because he's only had a handful of plays, and you can't knock him. He came in and he was in a win now situation. He beat the Saints. He looked good when he came in against Green Bay. So I think you got to give him a shot and see what he's got next year as a full team, full season.
And then another thing too is none of these teams had a full off season.
No,
or even a preseason.
But you can't count that on anybody or anywhere because the whole NFL had to do that. And you still have 3 rookie quarterbacks out here performing phenomenal. And
hold on. How long did it take Tom Brady to even get to what he's doing right now?
2 years.
Tom Brady's only been on the Buccaneers for
No. You said how long it took him to become good in the NFL?
No, he's good right now.
2 years.
This season, you jackass. Why the fuck would
Tom Brady a few games? However,
thank you.
He got dropped into a different situation.
Bruce Arians is a higher tier than Doug Peterson.
Amen. I can agree
by
with that.
A lot.
Hands down.
By a lot. I don't even think you can. They're not because you have your elite coaches.
I don't think Doug Peterson comes back next season.
I don't think so either. I don't think so.
I mean, I saw something earlier that coaches who have been under Andy Reid and took over head coach, they're good for 1 or 2 years, and then they just fall out. That just proves how amazing Andy Reid is as a head coach.
True.
Well, Belichick same way.
Belichick. I think what their whole situation is they just need to find a quarterback that's going to fit their system. It's going to fit him.
Well, I was talking about the coach's situation.
The Belichick tree is what he's saying, and how they have that same kind of pattern to where they don't work out either. And obviously the same goes for that Andy Reid tree. But, I mean, Those are two phenomenal coaches. That's kind of why I don't want the Lions to go like towards Eric Bieniemy, where he could possibly be a really good coach next year and could be that guy. But how much of it is Andy Reid? How much of it is like Patrick Mahomes? That's my little sitting on that one.
I think honestly, I think Harbaugh. I would have.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You have to specify what Harbaugh you're talking about.
The other one is locked into a contract for multiple years, so let's not even play this. There's one who's up this season.
I think Urban Meyer going to Jacksonville is going to be a big mistake. I think that's going to be.
Oh, you think Urban Meyer's going to Jacksonville? That's a hot take.
It is. I think listen. He gets to coach Trevor Lawrence. That's an Andrew. Last time we saw a quarterback this valuable was Andrew Luck.
What if he messes around and takes Justin Fields?
Oh no, that's not happening.
He's not dumb.
They would be the dumbest team in the world if they did that.
They're gonna take Lawrence.
I mean, I would take Lawrence.
I would too. I think. Yeah.
If you take Fields over Lawrence, you would just be taking it over what you saw this past weekend.
Yeah, and you're not taking over the season. I mean, you got to look at the
careers. You got to look at the careers.
Well, the BYU guy, Zach Wilson, right?
Zach Wilson. He had a great bowl game.
He's at number 2. He's the number 2.
You really think so? You think he surpassed Justin Fields?
Yeah. From what I've been seeing today, I was watching a few interviews and whatnot. They said that he leaped over him today.
I'm a big supporter of the Lions taking a quarterback. I was last year. I really wanted Tua. If they can get Zach Wilson or they can get Justin Fields, I'd be a happy camper.
I see some rumors that Stafford might go to the Colts.
Dude, good for him. I hope so. I don't like Stafford, but good for him. Watch this. You know how Eric Ebron ended up going to the Colts and played, really well? The same thing's going to happen with Matt Stafford if he goes there.
Yeah, but the Colts just need a quarterback. If they get a quarterback who can actually throw the ball and hit someone in the fucking in their helmet and they get to the fucking touchdown, dude, they're going to the Super Bowl.
All right.
Well, the Colts just solidified their franchise running back in Jonathan Taylor. He has popped off that 3 weeks.
He is amazing.
He's proven why he went where he went. He's proven why he was the best running back out of college. I don't think this, but I thought this, that he is very comparable to a Saquon Barkley. A franchise running back who can change the game. And he showed it at Wisconsin. I think all that offensive line, that team, that defense, you could rely on him. You get a Stafford. That team's going to be explosive because Stafford still has a stronger arm than Fields, and then that's going to help T.Y. out a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey,
and he still
I like
has
the reasoning.
Yeah, and he's got Pittman, a bigger body guy like a Marvin Jones that Stafford will like, or even a Kenny Galladay, a bigger body guy, and you got a rookie who Stafford can throw to. So. And Stafford likes the tight ends, and you still got Jack Doyle in that situation, and you also have a 6'3"
Forgot Jack Doyle was on that team.
Well, you have Mo Alley Cox, who's a 6'3" tight end, so you have a big body receiver, a running game, something Stafford has not had, and something Stafford's never had is a defense.
1 year he had a defense. 1 year.
One year. That's when Slay was one of the best corners in the game.
Yeah, you still had Ndamukong Suh on that team. I'm sorry. You still had Cliff Averill on that team. You still I believe Kyle Vanden Bosch was the other defensive end on that team. Yeah. But you had a DeAndre Levy, Stephen Tulloch. That was a solid squad, and it just didn't work out. But since we were talking about the Colts already, you don't seem to have faith in Phillip Rivers going into this playoff game. I don't have faith in Phillip Rivers going into this playoff game.
I didn't say that I didn't have faith in Phillip Rivers. Just look at the comparison. You're comparing Josh Allen, who's been on a tear for the last 4 weeks.
I'm not comparing him. I'm just kind of transitioning into making some of these picks for this game, the first NFL playoff weekend.
You would be crazy I could see the Colts beating them off defense, but the way that offense has been scoring, the connection between Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs is incredible. It's on Breeze and Thomas level. It's amazing.
I agree.
Now. Yeah. Here's my thing is this can be an interesting game. I think because you can have a Colts team who can play like an offensive caliber as good as they played against Houston. I mean, they put up 30-some points against Houston a couple weeks ago. Houston's defense is god awful.
I was just about to say Houston's defense is horrible. Other than J.J. Watt, there's no one else on there. And J.J. Watt's old.
J.J. Watt, but he's still a phenomenal player.
Yeah, he's still
a phenomenal player. But the Colts are clicking right now. I mean, they are clicking. They did lose some points up against Jacksonville, which is kind of worrisome a little bit. And the Colts have been banged up defensively here and there at times. But in my opinion, I think Buffalo is the best AFC team right now. I think Buffalo is the hottest. I think they're the strongest team. I don't think Buffalo will have a problem this weekend against the Colts. I think the Colts will, put up their 24, 21 points, but I think match to match.
They're not gonna. I honestly don't think they're gonna score more than 21 points in this game.
Now with Josh Allen is just don't. I mean, that dude, he's looking just as good as Patrick Mahomes right now.
That's why I believe he needs to be in the MVP talk. Do I think he's going to win it? No. Is he the third or fourth candidate in there? Yes.
Sure, but
it doesn't matter. It's a two-man race. It's a two-man race.
No. It's not even a two-man race anymore. It's a one-man race. After 2 weeks ago, it became a one-man race.
Yeah, I'm on the Aaron Rodgers train. I was on Aaron Rodgers train all year, but
yeah.
Let's make our pick. So I obviously got the Bills on this game. I'm sorry.
I got the Bills, 100%. I think Bills are going to win. I think it's going to be one of those games where Bills are going to put up 30, 35, 40 points, and Colts are going to put up maybe 24. It's going to be a high-scoring game, I think. But I have Buffalo.
Yeah.
Got Buffalo as well?
Yeah. I'd be crazy to pick the Colts.
So let's transition into the NFC West matchup. We had the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. I love this game, and early on in the year, I had the Seahawks as my selection for the NFC East, or not the NFC East, for the NFC, representation for the Super Bowl. But, dude, Aaron Donald and this defensive line and that Rams defense is going to freaking destroy the Seattle Seahawks.
But there's no denying that.
This is the worst matchup they could have gotten.
Yeah.
No, their worst matchup would have been Washington.
Why? This is an even better defense.
No, Washington's been on that ass.
This defensive line is better than Washington.
But Washington doesn't have the offense.
The offense, yeah.
That Rams can bring. Now here's where the downside of the Rams are.
Jared
Goff.
Is he going to be healthy?
Goff.
Have you heard anything on that?
No, he just had surgery.
He just had surgery. They don't know if he's going to play this week.
He's not going to play this week. They already said that they're going to start. Gosh,
he is ruled out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're already prepping.
I forget his name, but he just beat the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, not fun. Is it Schaub?
No, it's not Schaub.
It's a young guy. I can't think.
You're looking it up right now, aren't you? Thank you.
We got Google.
We got Google. All right, we appreciate you, but I'll take over the talking time real quick. I know I already kind of spoke on this a little bit, but Aaron Donald and that defensive line are just way too good for this Seattle offense. I don't care that Jared Goff doesn't play because I love the Seattle Seahawks. I love Russell Wilson. I love what they're doing, but that offensive line is no match. That defense, where they have been playing better and creating more turnovers and big plays, I don't think they have the ability to stop the Rams offense, even with the backup quarterback.
The Seahawks have not been clicking. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. It's really ever since that game against the Cardinals, the first game when it went into overtime or something, when there was a ton of points scored. Their offense has not been clicking. They even have Chris Carson back and Rashad Penny. They have a running game. There's just no offense there. I don't know why. Lockett had a good game yesterday, but prior to that, he's only been catching 3 or 4 balls. And even Metcalf is getting kind of slowed down a little bit. And so now you're going to have.
I think they're just double teaming his ass, and he doesn't know what to do.
You don't have to double team when you have Ramsey on Metcalf. I don't.
Yeah, that's different.
Jalen Ramsey this year has been phenomenal.
I honestly don't think you need double teaming because you're not going to have that much time.
Yeah, no.
And then that run defense is I think they're going to shut down Carson and Hyde and Rashad Penny. So, and the Cardinals, they kicked going in the fourth quarter. There was only 6 points scored in total. Seattle, 6 points. They got it going in the fourth quarter. But jeez, there's no offense in that team anymore. So if I had to pick, I'm gonna go Rams even without Goff. I looked him up. I never heard of him. But his name is John Wolford.
Yeah, never heard of him.
Yeah, I've never heard of him. He's never played in a snap in the NFL, but
he got a dub.
He did get a dub.
He beat a good Arizona Cardinals team.
Yeah, I mean,
thanks
even
to defense, they only put up 18 points.
It's just that defense is just too good right now. I think they'll be fine this week. So I'm gonna go Rams this week.
Rams pick?
I'm going Seattle just because y'all two picked the Rams on this one. Because we all agreed on the last one. I'm just gonna be that one that doesn't.
You can't have the agreements with us.
Nope.
That's okay. So, in that past little segment, we mentioned the Washington football team. They are going to be facing Tom Brady down there in Tampa Bay. And Tyler, I'm going to let you lead us off with this one because I'm really interested in what you got to say.
I think first and foremost, Alex Smith return.
Phenomenal, dude. Phenomenal.
I think that's underperforming. I think that's disrespectful calling it phenomenal. It's just God-given, a miracle to come back.
Yeah.
I think they should name that, the comeback player to the Alex Smith Award or something like that. So, but going forward, at the end of the day, it's Tampa Bay is going to be too much for him. That defense is going to be there. As much as I do like Washington, Tampa Bay their offense is starting to click. Ronald Jones is still running the ball real. He's back. You still got Leonard Fournette, and then you still got Chris Godwin, Gronk, Brady's playing extremely well right now. And then on top of that, like I said, that defense is still a strong defense. So and then Washington's bread and butter is their running game. So here's the problem with that is Tampa Bay's run defense is one of the best in the NFL. Now their passing is still, you can pass on them, but you cannot run on Tampa Bay very well.
But Alex Smith was never known as an individual to just launch the football down the field, even before his injury, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be able to get Logan Thomas involved and Terry McLaurin. Do you guys, or is Terry playing this week?
Oh,
I haven't heard any different. So...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's playing.
I think he is playing. Even if you have Terry McLaurin, or McScorin, I should even say.
McScorin. I haven't heard that one before.
But they also have one really good running back and two decent backups.
True, I like their backfield.
Like Gibson
Gibson's a phenomenal runner.
Yeah.
Getting rid of Darius Geis after having that's a blessing to Washington.
Oh yeah.
That guy couldn't see on the field. But no, I think Washington's gonna put up some points, but I don't think they're gonna be able to match Tampa Bay. I have Tampa Bay winning this one.
Yeah, I have Tampa winning that one as well.
As much as I want to go with the football team, the feel-good story, I can't do it. Tampa Bay, I'm taking them. I don't really have much other to say other than I have faith in that offense.
Man, if they win,
move the ball just enough to outscore Alex Smith.
What if the Washington football team beat the Buccaneers?
It would be the story of the year, probably.
I think it's possible. I mean, we saw.
I don't see it out of the realm of possibility. I just think that it's
not like the Jets are playing the Chiefs. I mean, it's not like that, but I mean, they're a playoff team. They went 7-9.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they started Haskins early on, and they had Kyle Allen. They didn't really go with Alex Smith till like week 4 or 5. So
you talk about Jalen Hurts, dude.
Yeah, trust me. Those guys turned out to be really bad this year.
Yeah.
Someone who's having a phenomenal year, though, back-to-back rushing titles, that's Derrick Henry. This is my most exciting game of the weekend. That's the Tennessee Titans.
It's only because you hate
Baltimore
Lamar Jackson.
Ravens.
That's the only reason. It's because you hate Lamar Jackson.
I don't hate Lamar Jackson.
Yes,
I just don't think he is as phenomenal as everyone makes him out to be.
He's not a good quarterback. He's not a good quarterback. Corbin, we agree on this. We've agreed on this since day one. He's not a good quarterback.
Yeah, somebody's on my side.
Everyone knows that. I've known this already about you two scandalous ass motherfuckers.
Here's the problem with that with Lamar is if you make him throw the ball, he struggles. I mean,
but the Titans defense is suspect as hard.
100%. I mean, they made Houston. I mean, they should have lost. They won
that was miraculous.
Chip, you know,
for sure. They should have lost. They shouldn't even be in the playoffs.
They shouldn't be in the playoffs.
But here's the thing: is he hit the field goal? They're in. Their offense this is the most well balanced offense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You have AJ Brown, Corey Davis playing well. Ryan Tannehill is still looking. He's a perfect fit for that offense, and then you have Derrick Henry to rely on. I think Tennessee is going to put up some points. It's going to be interesting, though.
So who you picking?
Tennessee. Go ahead and just say Tennessee. Tennessee.
I'm going Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I'm going to go Tennessee.
I'm picking the fuck.
You can pick the Ravens, but I don't think – I think if Tennessee can make Lamar throw the ball, I think Tennessee's going to win this game. I don't think – here's the thing is – but the problem – here's another thing, too, is Ravens are starting to click offensively, which is interesting.
Ball control. Who does better at controlling the ball than the Tennessee Titans?
Tennessee.
Like,
so that's the thing.
What's one way to keep that potent offense off the field? By just handing the ball to Derrick Henry 30 times and letting him do his thing.
That's the thing is, can Baltimore go pound for pound with Tennessee? Tennessee can put up a point.
They're built to do it. That is the team who's built good enough on the ground to compete and keep Derrick Henry off the field. It's going to go both ways, but I just have more faith in the Tennessee Titans. I love Mike Vrabel as a head coach. I think he's doing a phenomenal job. You might even want to give him Coach of the Year.
No, you got to give it to Ron Rivera.
Yeah, it's Ron Rivera.
You have to give it to Ron Rivera.
A comeback cancer story. He dealt with that.
Haskins.
Y'all must be part of the media.
Well, here's the thing. Well, I am part of media, to be fair. But to be fair, is he came over with no preseason, brand new coach, brand new system, brand new everything, changed everything up. Okay, he's gone through 3 quarterbacks. He had a Haskins thing, thing. Through all of that, he lost both his running backs a part of the time too. There's a couple games he didn't have Terry McLaurin. Through all of this, he still was able to manage the team that was supposed to go 0-16 to a playoff team.
It's got to go to Ron Rivera.
When you spin it that way, I'll give it to him.
It has to go to Ron Rivera.
I like Mike Vrabel. I think he has an argument too, but I can't not see
I don't think he has an argument because Tennessee last year, sure, but not this year because Tennessee last year they went to the AFC Championship game.
Right.
They still might do it again this year.
They just might. They might.
Switch back over to the NFC. Your favorite team, your favorite player, Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints against the Chicago Bears. I'm going to keep this one nice, sweet, and simple. The Saints win this game. I have no faith in the Bears. I hate Mitchell Trubisky. I hate the offense. The only person on that team, or the 2 people I like on the Bears are Roquan Smith and, Khalil Mack. But other than that, I don't like anybody on that team. I have no faith. Saints.
Yeah, I go with the Saints easily. You have Allen Robinson going against Marshawn Lattimore. Good matchup. Robinson's going to catch the ball 6 to 8 times, 80 yards, maybe a touchdown here and there. David Montgomery has been running the ball like a monster ever since Nagy got rid of his offensive calling skills. So the offense is looking a lot better. However, I don't think the Bears can go match for match for Drew Brees. Drew Brees, when it comes to playoffs, that team we should have Alvin Kamara back. Even if Kamara doesn't play, we'll have Latavius Murray. The reason why he is sat out is because of the contract keep tracing. So we will have. He's
the best number 2 running back in the NFL, hands down.
We'll get, and we still have Taysom Hill, who, he's still the guy that you can give him the ball. He's in touch the ball. So there's just too much offense in that game to where I don't think the Bears can keep up. And defensively, Saints, in my opinion, are not that far from the Bears. If not, they're equal to the Bears defensively. Saints have really stepped up this year defensively. They've played extremely a lot of times. I'm going to go Saints. Clear cut and simple.
I like your pick, Marion.
Do I look like I like the Bears?
Not really. No.
All
right. Saints all the way. Saints all the way for all 3 of us. All right, we're on to the last game. It is a rematch from the AFC North. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Marion, lead us in on this one.
That game was boring as hell when I watched it.
Yeah, but you had no players.
That game was boring as hell when I watched it. And I honestly feel like, and this is so bad to say, but that offense looked better when Mason Rudolph was back there, when Ben Roethlisberger was back there. Oh, look, I'm still shocked at the fact that the Browns are actually in the playoffs, number one. So now that they're in the playoffs, all they literally have to do is run the football. And they've been the Steelers have a really good defense, right? Phenomenal. But Chubby is something else, man.
Kareem Hunt.
Chubby is something else.
Honestly,
Kareem Hunt is amazing
that's
too.
That's the best 1-2 duo.
And here's the problem. There is no problem.
They're both number ones.
When Odell went down,
they got better.
They got a whole lot better. And I feel like if they want to win the Super Bowl within the next future and Odell comes back, they need to go ahead and win it right now. Because if Odell decides to come back, the chemistry and the fluidity that they have right now, gone. Because this is, we had a sneak preview of this before Odell got there. Odell got there, fucked everything up. Fucked the whole chemistry up. Because Jarvis was his number one before, right? Clear cut. We see it now. How well has Jarvis Landry been playing right now as compared to in the beginning of the year when Odell was in there?
I don't know why you're asking me. You was on your fantasy team.
I know. I'm just, I was kind of hinting at that. That's where I was going with that.
So who are you taking?
I'm gonna go bold here. I'm going with the Browns to beat the Steelers.
See, I don't know if I could say because I'm in a house divided here. I mean, one side of mostly here are Browns fans, the other side are Steelers fans. There's no one in the middle. But no, I don't have faith in Pittsburgh at all. They have not looked good. I mean, they look like the worst right now playoff team. If Washington played Pittsburgh, I would take Washington. I don't have faith in that team. I don't know what the deal is. And here's the thing is Browns don't really have that good of, offensive line and stuff like that. The defense is phenomenal. The defense is just that.
Miles Garrett is playing for his mind right now.
Oh, defensive player. Him or TJ Watt, defensive player of the year. So you're gonna have two. That's the thing. You got two defensive guys right here. This coming up playoff game, who can easily win the award. So, but if I had to pick, I'm gonna go Browns. They're gonna go with their bread and butter, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt action, boom, boom, and then Baker's been playing well, so he's in, give to Jarvis. Yep. So we got Rashad Higgins there, who is gonna play well. So we got their tight end. So, Big Ben's old. Big Ben's up there. He took a week off. I just don't see Pittsburgh. I think the Browns are going to come in, and I think the Browns will. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I don't expect a lot of points scored. However, I think Browns are going to win.
I feel absolutely disgusting saying this, but the Cleveland Browns are definitely going to win their first playoff game in like 20-something odd years.
Oh, it's going to be a rematch. Oh, this is a rematch because 18 years ago they played Pittsburgh and lost the wild card game. I mean, it's considered wild card week, but they lost in the wild card game. So they're going to get some. I think they'll get the revenge game.
This is disgusting that I just said it. I feel gross.
Who
would have thought that we were about to pick the Cleveland Browns to even A, be in the playoffs, or B, pick them to win a playoff game?
Well, we all picked them to go to the Super Bowl last year. Well, I guess initially when Odell first got there, but we were all crazy. We were delusional for a week until things really start to sit in. But now, I mean, Odell isn't there. They're running the football. This would be okay if this was some type of I don't know what the word is to use, but I guess like a smoke screen. Like they really weren't this good. Those running backs that they have,
they are that good.
They are that good. The both of them. So
I like chewing on plastic. It's such a good. It tastes so good.
I used to chew on bottle caps. But
you're a fool, Tyler.
I used to chew on bottle caps, dog. Like if I ever got nervous or something like that, I will honestly just chew right on the cap of a bottle.
That's
the small bottle cap.
Oh. Yes.
Y'all
I'm
are some very interesting individuals. But before we end up wrapping this up, we just broke down some of the playoff games of the first weekend. Now, I want your big picture. What are your two teams in the Super Bowl? Who you got? I know you're a betting man. I want you to put your money on it right now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do the NFC first. I'm gonna go Packers. Offense is there. It's match to match. I mean, I love the Saints. I think they're the biggest threat. I do not trust Seattle at all. I think maybe 8 weeks ago Seattle probably would have been my favorite, but I'm gonna go Packers. I think it's gonna be an interesting NFC. I think Packers are straight to cut. AFC. I'm not going Chiefs. I don't think Chiefs are gonna make it. I think they're gonna get. Yep. I think I'm gonna go with my boy who's been on fire this year. Got a new asset at the receiver position. Out of the University of Wyoming. You got to go with the Buffalo Bills.
Somebody who's got
somebody's on my side.
Who's got one asset compared to another individual.
Hey, hold on. He's got Cole Beasley. They got a solid defense.
They
have a really good run game.
Okay, let me nip this in the ass right now. Cole Beasley or Tyreek Hill? I want both of you to lie to me right now.
Stephon Diggs.
I'd still take Tyreek Hill. That's okay. But I think the Bills are the only team that have the capabilities and bring the legitimate reality to the table of beating the Chiefs this year.
The Chiefs damn near lost to the Falcons and threw a touchdown within like a minute. So
they're just
they can score. Here's the thing: is they can score any time. However, I don't think Mahomes has been looking good down the stretch. He struggled against Miami. He struggled against Atlanta. And those are defenses that are actually been Atlanta's improved a lot. I mean, as much as they've struggled all year, their defense has really turned it on the back half of the stretch.
But the Bills' defense really has not.
No, but I think that offense is more potent at the moment than the Chiefs.
Oh no!
I give you that Chuck Norris thumbs up, sir. That's the Corbin Morris seal of approval right there.
All right. Well, when the Honey Badger puts a whole helmet in Stephon Diggs, I'll text you and let you know how the game went for me.
I think, and then my Super Bowl prediction, I think, is going to be the Packers.
You got the Packers winning the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers gets number 2.
Yep, I think Rodgers gets 2. He's on a mission. Here's the thing.
That's
piss
a
off
bad
Rodgers,
man.
You piss off. What they do? In 2011, they didn't draft anybody for him. He was pissed. What he do? Went out, boom, Super Bowl. This year, went out, didn't draft a receiver. Who they take? It took a quarterback. What'd you do? Pissed them. That's the thing. You just draft people to make him mad. He's gonna come out. He's gonna go with you in the Super Bowl. He's gonna go get your Super Bowl and MVP. That's what Rodgers does. He is the most talented quarterback of all time. When it's all said and done, if he gets maybe 2, or even if he gets 2 more rings, maybe 3, I think he can go down to the greatest quarterback of all time. He doesn't have to have the 6 to be better than Brady.
No,
I agree. I don't see anything wrong with your statement. I love your pick. Can't go wrong with the Green Bay Packers. I obviously have the Buffalo Bills. Marion has the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I got it. Kansas City and Green Bay.
Yeah.
And I think that Super Bowl is going to be a shootout.
I think we're in for a great postseason. I'm excited.
No, I am too. It's gonna be a fun postseason. We got some teams in here that are interesting. I was really hoping Miami would have made it. That would have been huge.
Me too.
No, I wasn't. I would rather see the Browns in than them. Honestly.
Now, I would rather see Miami with Fitzmagic than the Browns.
Hey man.
That's the only reason I say I wouldn't want Miami back there.
I would have wanted Tua to start.
You can't have Tua to start.
Big Ben started a playoff game his rookie season.
I'll be honest with you.
He made a loss, but
I think Miami could have been the 3rd best AFC team.
Not unreasonable at all.
I would say only because of their defense and if Fitzpatrick was starting all the way. I honestly think that they should have kept him in the whole year. I think so.
It's statistically proven that Ryan Fitzpatrick should not be started a whole season. I think the Miami Dolphins did the best thing possible.
Okay, we'll actually stick to Tua rather than we'll have him play for 3 quarters and then pull a Doug Peterson and then pull him out in the fourth quarter when he starts to struggle or hit some adversity.
Well, I think the thing is they wanted to see what he had. He didn't have and the rookie quarterbacks were playing above, playing really well. They want to see what Tua. They took him 5th overall for a reason. They want to see what he had. No preseason, so it's really tough to have that. And they're in that win now position. So I think they were like, listen, I think Tua can keep us in games, and if we need to turn to Fitz magic, he can be our closer. So I think that's how they treated it: is bring Tua in for a starter, have the closer or bullpen ready just in case.
Love the baseball analogy.
Hey, I told you, bread and butter.
Bread and butter. Hey, dude, we're so glad that we were able to get you on today, and we're just...
Where's my money at?
Yeah, fantasy football commissioner. I thought we had a pot of money set aside at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, man, where's my money at?
It's coming.
This is the worst commissioner I've ever seen.
Thank you, Roger Goodell. We appreciate it.
No, Roger Goodell ain't got shit on him.
Dude, you're Rob Manfred. Yeah. Yeah, you heard me right. You're Rob Manfred. You're the worst commissioner in sports.
Happy that you're the champion of the Cursed Madden League now, or the Madden Curse League now. Aren't you happy about that? Yeah, Mario's the champion.
Look, I'd be much more happier once I get my full allotment of money.
Rent's not cheap. It's like $700 a month. Like,
I know, right? And that's why I need the rest of my money. Okay.
It's coming. I promise it's coming. I don't have an issue with that. It's always
coming. Man, we know you're a man of your word. We appreciate you coming on.
I had to pull your chain a little bit.
Hey, that's what you get for beating me. You beat me off one catch, or you won off one catch. So.
One.
It was that one catch that put 20 yards that ended up stealing.
I honestly, I'm really starting to take this to heart. It really doesn't matter how many points are scored. I really think that it matters that the dub happened.
I thought Mario was about to be all cheesy, be like, no, it doesn't matter. As long as we all have fun and we enjoy it.
Fuck that shit. I want my money. Over here. I want my money.
Oh, man. Well, is there anywhere that we can find you on social media for people to connect to you? Anything you want to shout out? Anybody you want to shout out that are going forward?
Oh, yeah, sure. Of course, I have, like I said, the weekend morning meteorologist here at WFMJ in Youngstown, Ohio. So I have my professional page, just meteorologist Tyler Ryan, and then my more personal page is just Tyler Ryan /WX for weather. So that's about it. I post stuff up here and there. You're mainly gonna see my girlfriend and I, but yeah, we just moved into a beautiful home here in Ohio, and we've been doing a lot of that. That's been taking up most of our time. We're still just now starting to settle in. She just started her job today, was able to get onboarding and stuff like that. So that's what we've been doing. We're still getting through the holidays, of course, and moving in and starting our lives here. But other than that, yeah, it's been a good start.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome to hear. We're glad we got you on as a guest, and as being our first guest that took place over a remote interview, we are going to be sending you your very own There's Layers to It car sticker. And, dude, we loved having you. We had a great time.
This is the Jersey Shore. What the fuck was that?
I do my own thing, Mario.
You were just ready for the reunion too.
What are those called again? I forget what I'm blanking. What you put on your head? What's Mario on right now?
You uncultured swine! You don't know what a do-rag is.
A do-rag.
Oh man. That's a wrap right there.
How do you not know what a do-rag is?
Right.
We just gotta leave it at that. Don't answer that, Tyler. Thanks for joining us at There's Layers to It. Make sure you follow us on social media. That's at There's Layers to It. Find all the links in the bios. Make sure you go follow Tyler Ryan. Make sure you let us know what you thought about this video and this interview.
I better not see you with a do-rag on now.
I start getting some cornrows. You're looking like Steph Curry out there.
All right, Tyler. Thanks for joining us. I'm about to stop the recording.
All right. Have a good one, boys.
Thank
All
you.
right.